All right, hello everybody. We are back with the new Murfreesboro.com podcast for our second episode, and I have some wonderful guests with us today. Thank you very much for coming. This is Kristen and Zito.
Good morning.
Here with me. Really appreciate you coming. I know you did the early morning trek out from Nashville, so thanks for coming.
Coming down from the big city.
From the big city, that's right. But first off, I really want to thank you for coming because I know we originally went back and forth through email, but I just love your story, which is why I wanted to get you out here and share it with everybody. And plus, I'm not going to lie, I was looking forward to those cinnamon rolls over there. So they were very nice and brought some cinnamon rolls for us. We'll explain that one.
Yeah, when we came this morning, you weren't even letting us in the door till we showed you the rolls.
Yeah, right. Like there's entry. What's the password? Cinnamon rolls, yes. But no, thank you for those. I'm very much looking forward to those here in a second. So, But yeah, going off that, before we get into everything, I kind of wanted to just touch on the background of what you guys do. I know it's rock and rolls with a Z, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. But before we get into that, again, on your story, I love how you guys have found a way to kind of take a frown and turn it upside down. And not only that, you put smiles on literally thousands, tens of thousands of people's faces through your cinnamon rolls, and also help out good causes.
Yeah.
Several good causes. So I think that's a wonderful thing. But before we get into that, if you would, Kristen, starting with you, just kind of tell us your background, and I think it's a great lead up to how you got here. So
sure. So I'm actually a celebrity hair and makeup artist here in Nashville for a little over 15 years. So I primarily work with artists that do red carpet or film, TV, stuff like that. And so all of those people right now are not filming stuff, and there's no red carpets, stuff like that. So, it's one of those things where when the pandemic hit, it was like, so there's no makeup work. Plus it was kind of like illegal for me to be doing makeup as well.
Oh, well, yeah, I understand.
So that was interesting.
Yeah. So can you name any celebrities you've done or anything like that? Or is there NDAs signed, you can't mention anything?
I'm literally the worst at name dropping, but yeah, some of my favorites are probably people that people aren't like super excited about, but I get to work with Dan Rather a lot. Manit Chauhan here in Nashville. I love her, one of my favorite people. And Haley Arantia is one of my favorites too.
There you go.
And then a lot of like big country people as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're in Nashville, so all the country people got to go. I got you. And then Zito, if you don't mind, kind of expand on that a little bit with your background.
Yeah, I've worked in the entertainment industry for over 20 years, almost 21 years now. I am a freelance production manager, so I get hired by large-scale tours to facilitate everything that has to do with the show. So when they hire me, I work with the artist and the designer to come up with the concept of the show, how we're going to move it around the world. I hire all the crew, all the lighting, sound, video, trucking, all the vendors, and then deal with all the logistics of moving large-scale shows around the world.
I got you. And so just a funny thing on that I wanted to tell you before, because I was trying to tell my wife about you guys and explain what you do, and I know roadies, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I kept saying groupies, and I didn't even realize it. And my wife goes,
"Big difference."
She goes, "What the hell, people you having on your show?" I was like, "Wait, hold on, wrong word." So
that's funny.
I thought that was interesting. I was
that's
like, "Oops."
funny.
Yeah.
But and so so fast forward to 2020, COVID hits. What happens?
Yeah, well, I was actually supposed to be out on the road last year. I was out all year with Ariana Grande, and then went into Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And then we took a little bit of time off in January, and so I hit the road in February. I was out with a DJ named Steve Aoki, and was going straight from that into Blink-182, and straight from that back into Trans-Siberian Orchestra at the end of the year. Wow. So I was going to be gone the entire year. Basically, when I left mid-February through December 31st, it was going to be a busy year for us. So I was out with Steve Aoki, and we were doing our tour. And of course, we started hearing about the pandemic, and at the time didn't really understand the scope. It seemed so far away. There's this thing happening in China. Yeah. And within a matter of a few days, we were in Ohio, and we loaded out our show like any other show, put the gear in the trucks, and we're going into a day off into Chicago. And, we're just enjoying our day off. And all of a sudden we're like, oh, this is, I don't know, this might be a real thing. And by the end of the next day, the whole tour was canceled. We were on the buses headed home. Yeah. And we thought, hey, this is just going to be a couple of months. Sure, by May or whatever, we're going to be back at it. And over the next couple of weeks and over the next month, everything starts canceling. My tour with Blink-182 cancels. Oh, wow. And we start hearing this isn't happening and this isn't happening. We're like, oh, we're going to be in this for the long haul.
So literally just without knowing it, pretty much overnight, it just stopped.
Literally overnight. I mean, within 2 days, that was it. And it was crazy. There was no heads up. I literally had no idea on a Thursday night or Wednesday night when we loaded our trucks that was the last time I was going to load a truck for the year. Oh, we were putting our equipment in like we would. At the end of a tour, you sort of do things differently because stuff's going back to all the different places, all the different vendors. But when you're on tour, you load it in the way that you need it for the show. So the first things that you finish with go in first. And so there's a whole order to it. So we loaded it just like any other day. Yeah. All my personal stuff and tour stuff's in there. And had no idea that was it. Yeah. Not even an inkling that was going to be the case. Wow. So, that was really caught us off guard.
Well, a side note, thank you. I am a huge Trans-Siberian Orchestra fan. I've been to many of their shows.
Yeah.
We actually went to the last one here.
I was there, yep.
Were you?
Yep,
oh,
absolutely.
Man. Yeah, we took the whole family and everything. And we actually got there slightly a few minutes late. And my son was running down the thing. He's like, it's my favorite song. And he's running through Bridgestone. But
one of the cool things that I got to do last year with the TSO, I sort of rolled my eyes at it when they told me this was, my responsibility. But they said, you're going to pick out every show. Trans-Siberian picks out a kid that gets a guitar. And they get brought on stage. Oh, so they're like, that's your responsibility. You need to find the kid. And I was like, what? But it actually was such a cool experience for me to get to walk the arena, to find the one kid.
Oh, I bet.
I'd go up and kind of lead them with some questions and find out what they knew. And then I got to grab them in the show and walk them onto the stage where they got the guitar. Awesome. And they had no idea. So that was, seeing that pure joy from them was really, really fun. It was all cool
until he started getting bribed.
Right. Yeah. Well, my son's name is Jackson. And his eyes will pop out of his head if you could not.
He's in row 13.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine because, I mean, I'm in my 30s. Late 30s. But, I just think, like, if you can pick me out, I'd be like, oh, my God. So I'm a huge fan.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. So, sorry about that. Let me scroll back here. But, so COVID happens. Everything stops suddenly.
Yeah.
What do you do? You have to, obviously, got bills to pay, things to do. How did you transition to what you're doing now?
It was interesting, actually, because, he was coming home, and we really thought, okay, he's coming home for, a week or two. You know what I mean? Because at the time, nobody knew it was going to be longer. And I remember he was like, hey, I think I might be coming home. You should go to the grocery store. I was coming home from a shoot at, 10 p.m. that night, and I went to Walmart and, bought all these groceries to stock up our freezer and pantry just in case, because it looked like things were going to shut down, and he came home, and then it was like, oh, this is extended. It's extended. And, I think that's when panic started to kind of set in for both of us.
Yeah. The hardest part for us has been it's easy to know, it's easy to handle when you know what the length is going to be. So if it was we've got, as touring individual, especially in my career, I'm gone. The position I have, the work starts before the tour starts and goes after the tour ends, because I deal with the logistics of it. But you're used to having a month or 2 months in between things where you sort of have to float between tours. So for us, if we had known it was going to be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it would have been okay. So in the beginning, you're like, well, we got 2 months, we got to figure it out. But when the moment you realize this is going to be 6 months or 9 months or a year or longer, that we don't have any income, none. It stops. There's nobody, and everything that I've worked in is gone. I can't go to work for a vendor or another artist. You know?
I got you.
Yeah, because you think if anything ever happened, I would pivot and do something within this industry because I know so many people. Well, literally everything in the music industry was shut down. I ended up, before we started what we're doing now, it was already in the works, but it kind of gave me the opportunity to do it. I started a social media management company with another hair and makeup artist. And launching that in the pandemic was also very interesting.
I'm sure.
But we've done very well at it, and it's been very exciting. But and that's kind of what's allowed this new venture to do really well as well, to have that behind it.
Yeah, social media is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, but this wasn't even on our radar. I'll let you explain how it kind of evolved.
Yeah. At the beginning, it was I told her, and I've told some other friends, especially I think of my mindset at the beginning. I said, well, I'm always on the road. I'm gone 300 days a year, have been for years and years and years. And so my most valuable commodity is time. So I wanted to be able to count for the time that I was given as if somebody gave me money. I viewed it that way. Like, I've got this gift. So what can I do? And so I was focused on learning new skills, reading books, learning whatever I could, and spending time on my hobbies. I was baking. I've always loved to garden, but never been home to have a garden. So we set up the garden and all these things. And in the beginning, it was, I'm just going to do this for a couple months. I got 3 months. I'll spend time on it. Okay. And so I'd always been into baking and baking bread. And so I started baking bread and selling it in the neighborhood, posting it in our community page in Facebook, and selling to every loaf I made, 2-3 loaves a day. I was like, oh, this is cool. Everybody's rallying. And then I was like, wow, this'll, at the end of the month, it'll pay our groceries. That was kind of my thought. Like, so it's a fun thing I could do. Yeah. And she, is a little surprise for me, came up with a logo for the original name of the company, which was the Z Bakery. Okay. Because we're the Zitos, and I'm a Zito. And
he wanted it to be the Z Bakery.
Yeah.
So because at the time we were thinking like he was baking bread and stuff like that. So it made sense.
I gotcha. Yeah. So and everything was sourdough, and so I was having fun with it, and then we thought. There was so much interest in what we were doing. One day we, on a Sunday, made we were making all sorts of things with the sourdough. We were making tortillas. We were making different types of bread. We were making bagels and everything else. And so we made sourdough cinnamon rolls. And we thought. It was
Easter weekend.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I gotcha.
Easter Sunday. And so we had done that, and we're like, wow, these are pretty good. Like, these are really good. And she posted a picture on her Instagram, and everybody was, wow, those look amazing. I want those. So I started thinking like, hey, bread in my house, I can do 2, 4, 5 loaves a day. This isn't going to cut it. Maybe we could sell
these. Not scalable.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And you can't charge that much for a loaf, especially during quarantine when everybody's baking.
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to spend all day baking a loaf of bread and make like $4. It's just not worth it. So I'm like, let's try these sourdough cinnamon rolls. Let's put them up in the page and see what happens. And that first weekend, we sold 63, I think, or 68. And I was like, oh, geez, that's a lot. Like in our head space at the time.
But you think too, like, oh man, people feel bad for us. Like, so they're trying to support us. Like, you don't think that they're actually like into it. So we're like, let's see what happens next week.
Yeah, next weekend was 85. And we're like, oh, geez. So we had to go buy new pans, and just trying to make 85 was mind-blowing.
We were using Pyrex, and at the time all the stores were closed down. Like it was really hard to even go to a store, and so we would freak out before every weekend when we would get too many orders. We would shut down this Google form we had, and we go, oh my gosh, we can't make this many, this is so much, and we would have to go source from like 4 different stores to find Pyrex.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so third weekend 200, fourth weekend 400, and we're like, what are we doing? And so we were just figuring it out as we've never been commercial bakers. We didn't know how to do it. And there was a lot of steep learning curve at the beginning of this, you know. And I remember the first weekend we did 600, and then 800. And we've gotten to the point now, we started in early May, and here we are at the very end of August, and this whole month we've done over 1,200 a weekend, every weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's been
wonderful.
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
Especially
growth
since
for us.
it was the very first time we had ever made cinnamon rolls. Like this wasn't like our dream, or anything like that. It just literally just started happening, and we haven't been able to keep up. And I think when we hit, I want to say it was like 600 in sales. Like you should have seen the house. It was hilarious how much Pyrex was like piled high, and like it was just like a complete nightmare in our kitchen. Like we just can't facilitate this in our kitchen anymore. You know what I mean? And so we ended up going into a cloud kitchen. To cook, and that was intimidating but exciting. I mean, we're like brushing shoulders with people that do this professionally, and and so now we do it professionally, which is sometimes we have to remind ourselves, hey, we're professional now.
That's right.
But it's been an adventure to like figure it out as we go. But we could have never done 1,000 if it wasn't for being in that facility.
I gotcha. So you started in Nashville, and I know you did orders and everything in Mount Juliet and went out there. But now I know this weekend, right? This past week you came out to Murfreesboro.
Yep.
And Tell me what you told me earlier about people parking. And
it was fun. So we started at our home in Mount Juliet, and we were just selling there, and then we added an East Nashville location.
Gotcha. Sorry,
no, that's all right. So we have 2 pickups on a weekend.
They're pop-ups.
Yep.
I should say. So they're like a tent, and you pre-order, and then you come pick up your rolls.
Okay, so
it's kind of structured differently
on your website.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like 90% pre-order.
And so you have set dates.
Yep.
Where I'm going to be in Mount Juliet at this time. Come get them.
Yeah. Okay. So every weekend we do 4 different pop-ups. Well, he'll explain that, but like every Wednesday at 5 p.m. people can order.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they come and pick them up on the weekend.
So you're creating. Hold on. I love it what you just said. How you're. So at Wednesday they can order.
5 p.m.
Saturday,
Wednesdays.
Yeah. So you're creating this like urgency.
Yep.
People are like, wait, get in your order in on Wednesday.
It's actually really funny because like we've had people approach us about that structure. Like, this is genius how you did this. And like, we always post like, hey, we're sold out, which really does happen every weekend. Like within 24 hours, like the order form sells out. Right. Yeah. And that's not us trying to be clever with marketing. Like, it really started because this is sourdough. So he's dealing with a math equation of how many grams of sourdough does he need to create with feeding his starter, several days before. Right. And we can only bake that many rolls if we know like 2 days before. Yeah. Right.
I love that.
So that's how it evolved. It was like, okay, what day do we need to know how many rolls we're going to bake for Saturday? Yeah. And that has to happen minimum by like Wednesday at this time. Yeah. So let's post the order form Wednesday at 5 p.m. And then before we knew it, it was like people were coming and saying, oh, I've set an alarm on my phone every day, every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I love that. Yeah. You're like, man, this is genius what you guys did. No, it's simple math equation.
Well, it's funny because, we've seen other people kind of copy it and model it in some big restaurateurs that have been struggling to try to figure out how to make money in this time. There's a certain ignorance is bliss sort of mindset that we had. No, we don't know. We're like, do-de-do-de-do, here we go. And people are all of a sudden like eyeing us out of the corner like, wait, you're doing what? Yeah. 10,000 rolls? Like, we're not,
you just crossed 10,000, right?
Yeah, just this weekend we just sold over 10,000 rolls.
3 months. Yeah. That's awesome. And I love that show Shark Tank. And I always say, I love watching it when people are explaining their story, and it's just like what you said, where they're going, I was just kind of going with the flow. And next thing you know, it sounds like what you guys have done. You just hit every nail on the head. But I want to take it another step, if you don't mind, with what you told me earlier, what you're doing for the charities and how this is, can you explain that one for us?
Absolutely.
Yeah. When at the very beginning, before we knew where this was headed, when it was just the neighborhood. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I said to her, I'm like, we're lucky that we're even in this place to do this. We have a home and we have a kitchen and we can figure this out. So I said, what's important to me is from the very beginning, as a production manager, I feel responsible for the crews that work for me. Mm-hmm. I hire them. A lot of these guys look to me constantly for work. And so there's 100 people that rely on me. I've got my team and I'll take them from tour to tour to tour. And so I feel a sense of responsibility to keep them working. And it weighed heavy on my heart that
it was very difficult for him.
Oh, I'm sure.
I can't do anything for them. Mm-hmm. I've got nothing. Hey, what do you got? What are you hearing? What's the word this year? And so I said, I want to find a way to give back. And at Music Cares was one of the few charities that at the very beginning I knew people were directly being affected by it. They were getting cash in their pockets. They were helping people that were in not only financial crisis and during the tornado health crisis. And I said, this is the organization I want to work with. I know they're doing good things. Yeah. And
I remember in the beginning, I was like, you really do want to give this much? Like, I thought that's a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean?
gotcha.
But like, he was insistent. He's like, I'm not doing this unless this is always the thing, no matter what it becomes, if it's wholesale, no matter what it is, this always has to be the thing.
Yeah.
And
that's wonderful.
People have rallied behind it. For us, I said, this is going to be the priority. And if we do right by people, this will succeed. And so we set that precedent in the beginning. Even when we've met with, there's been some investors and people that have come with us and like, oh, well, the margins are tight. That's a lot of money to give away off of your profit. I said, I don't care. This is what it's going to be.
Good for you. Stick to that. Yeah, that's awesome.
So we've been super thankful. So we've been able to give a ton of money back to Music Cares, and that gives a huge sense of pride. Yeah. At that.
Do you want to share how much? I mean, we don't know how much it's been.
Yeah, but we're over $7,000 in 3 months that we've given Music Cares.
Yeah.
off of
We're
cinnamon
going to announce
rolls.
it when
Y'all
it's
are-
like 10,000.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we're working towards a
That's
big thing.
amazing.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible, and
Yeah.
to know that the difference
That's
that can
really
make in
wonderful.
people's lives is awesome.
And one of our slogans from the beginning has been buy a roll, save a roadie.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. I'm totally going to run with that when we post this.
Yeah.
But, well, another step forward. I know you guys are big animal lovers.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
what you're doing. Tell us about the dog rolls and stuff.
Yeah, so we are huge advocates for dog rescue, but we just love animals in general. We don't have kids. It's just really not, possible for us with him traveling so much. You know what I mean? So we decided to have dogs. So we have two dog rescues ourselves. Not organizations, but we rescued 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And so we've always been very passionate about finding a way to give back, but we've never really had the vehicle to be able to do that. So one of our favorite people is Kat. She is kind of like our third wheel for the bakery. And she kind of keeps us afloat and everything else, and helps us, not fight and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
She's like this step kid that makes sure mom and dad don't fight.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she's amazing, and she keeps us on the tracks. And her, just 2 weeks ago, her she doesn't have kids either, and her main thing is her Frenchie, named Petunia. And Petunia, within 3 days, unexpectedly passed away, and it was very, very difficult for Kat, and difficult for us too. And so, I think that kind of started all of us thinking, and most of our customers, 80% of them, when they come to pick up their rolls, they have dogs with them.
I gotcha.
And so we started thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we could find a way to make cinnamon rolls for dogs? Because our 2 dogs, when we started in the house, they were constantly looked like they were in agony because they couldn't eat the cinnamon rolls, but they were having to smell them all day.
Oh,
right?
it's torture. Yeah.
So it's kind of always been in the back of our mind, but now Kat is actually spearheading that. So she's making these adorable cinnamon rolls for dogs. And the really cool thing is we let her pick out a charity for dogs. So we're partnering with a rescue. And so now the slogan for that is going to be buy a roll, save a pup.
Oh,
and
nice.
50 cents of every bag of dog treats will actually go to a dog charity.
And Proverbs 12:10 dog charity on the west side of Nashville. So we're really excited to be able to give back to them and bring some happy pups.
Well, you let me know when they're ready. We have 3
Yeah, they're
dogs.
coming out this weekend. Actually, we haven't even announced them yet.
Okay. Well, I'll be your first customer.
There you go.
And the funny thing is, obviously we thought it would be cute to have them, but our dogs one of our dogs is not a treat dog. He's not into it.
Yeah.
And he's been sitting where he knows that they are,
Yeah.
for hours, just crying because he wants them so bad. So we're like, these things must be really good.
Yeah, right. Come on, Mom. Just drop one, please.
Yes, yeah. So we think they're actually really good, and I think dogs are going to just absolutely love them.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah. So I just, again, thank you for coming and sharing all this. I think it's wonderful how, you guys went from, I know if that were me and that we're going, everything just stopped, I would have freaked out for a minute. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
We did.
But, well, I got you. I understand. Yeah. But to do that and then take a hobby, something you're interested in, love, and just, let's put this out there, and all of a sudden it's a major hit. Yeah. People love this stuff, and they're coming all over from Middle Tennessee, and thank you again for coming out to Murfreesboro, because I know you're coming out here now for your pop-ups. So,
yes.
By the way, can you say when the next one's going to be and where it's going to be?
Yeah, we're going to be, make sure I say that, well, actually, I should know it's my birthday.
Oh, okay.
The next time we're going to be in Murfreesboro is September 6th.
Okay.
And so we're basically here on Sundays.
That's Sunday.
Yep.
Okay.
Every other weekend.
Every other Sunday. So we're in Murfreesboro, and then the following Sunday we'll be in the Nations. So we're alternating between it.
Okay.
And so, we did our first pop-up here last 2 Sundays ago, and it was incredible. It was very surreal. We pulled into the parking lot. We had gone, we're set up over at American Signature, and had talked to them ahead of time. They said, yeah, come on, we'd love to have you out. And so we set up there with a couple of our friends, a little coffee shop called Call Time Coffee, another roadie that's unemployed that set it up, and Rebel Cookie, who's out of here in Murfreesboro. And so it was awesome. We set up, and I did a little story, said, Murfreesboro, we're here. We have a few... we've got a few rolls if you want to come by, a few extras that haven't been sold
I saw
yet.
your Instagram post.
Yeah. And it was like, It felt like
we
it was
baked like 50 extras for walk-ups just in case.
Just in case.
I mean, people were screaming into the parking lot, like throwing the car in park, like running up, like, "Do you still have any left?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I've got 3. I'll take them. How many do you have? How many? Everyone. I'll take all
Didn't you
of
say
them."
earlier you sold them in like 4 minutes?
Yeah, it was insane.
It was insane.
But then the what people don't know how we operate, but we do pre-sales like we had said.
Yeah.
And so we have a whole table of rolls that are all sold, right?
Yeah.
And so people pull up like, "Oh, I want to buy rolls."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, they're all sold." What?
Yeah.
I see all those
I
rolls.
want those right there.
Like, well,
No, those
somebody
are
else
sold.
already paid for them, you know? I mean, if you want to wait till they come, you can maybe, I'm sure they'll double the price for you.
Right. Yeah.
The only 2 locations that we do any walk-ups are Franklin and Murfreesboro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so we will do some walk-ups, but like if anybody's listening, like if you want them, you probably need to get there before we open, because they'll go really fast. But highly recommend the pre-order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, given obviously this has been a huge success, but given how fast it's growing, have you guys thought about like a food truck or a bakery or anything? Or
Yeah, we've looked at a bunch of different options. I think right now what we're focused on is building the Rock and Rollz brand, keeping awareness for people. We're able to sort of keep our costs down and adapt to what's happening. I think where a lot of brick and mortars have struggled is they don't have that flexibility that we have.
Okay.
So we're going to keep building it. We have a couple of concepts and things we've talked about down the road in the post-COVID era, whenever that is. But right now, this has really been working well. So we're going to keep expanding this, building it. Maybe look at some new markets that we can do the pop-ups in.
Okay.
And it's keep this thing moving
It's
forward.
really cool too, because like a lot of the people that work out of the same kitchen, like they're reliant on, like, for example, the farmers markets.
Yes.
And like this last weekend, they got rained out.
Yeah.
So they were out of business that weekend, right? Like the cool thing is we've been fortunate enough to kind of do our own thing. So we're not reliant on any market, so rain or shine, we get to make the choices on what we do.
That's really neat. I like it. Well, that and you're like we said, with that sense of urgency with ordering, you're creating, what are they going to be this week? That's really neat. So I just, again, I love it. You like I said, took a frown, made it upside down, but with a hobby, you've created jobs, you hired people. I mean, that's wonderful. You're helping out not one, but 2 charities.
Yep.
And you're still growing.
Yep.
And you brought us some cinnamon rolls. Thank you so much.
And I will say, we haven't actually talked about the actual cinnamon rolls.
I was going to say, we'll get to that, yeah.
But I will say, we're pretty big foodies, and I really think that these are the best cinnamon rolls I've ever had. And I'm not saying them because I make it, but they are different, and we use really quality ingredients, so they are different, and they're sourdough.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is also the icing is a salted vanilla buttercream, so it really satisfies that salty, sweet, like addictiveness, where you can't stop eating them.
Yeah. Thank you. You transitioned to that nicely for me. Thank you. But 'cause I've been over here looking at them this whole time. I purposely have not touched them because I want to wait till we're done, because I know I'll eat that whole thing. That'll be 5-10
No
minutes of
judgment.
podcast
There's
gone, so.
zero judgment for
We have a
us
lot of
cinnamon rolls.
customers. Well, I'll be like, do you want a fork and knife? And they'll be like, I already brought one. They're like, I'm eating it in the car before I leave.
Oh, yeah. My wife makes fun of me. We actually went and got some ice cream last night with the kids. And before we got into the car to head home, I already had mine done. I got the large big pint thing. We went to Marble Slab. And my wife's just laughing. She says, of course you'd finish that already. So,
yeah, we've seen people that order them. They'll order 6 rolls for the family and an extra one. And
there you go.
and they're like, "Oh, this isn't going to make it home." They don't even know
that's
about
their
this
secret
one. Yeah,
one.
that's a secret one. Yeah. Don't tell them this is mine. Yeah. So if people want to know more information about you, obviously you got your website and social media. So where
Absolutely.
go ahead and throw out shout outs for you.
Yeah. So the company is Rock in Rollz, with a Z on the end, and the N is the letter N.
So Rock and Rollz. With a Z. Got it.
And we just changed the name to that.
Yes.
So we're excited about it. And it's the same thing on all the mediums. So .com, Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
And so it's Rock and Rollz Nashville.
Got it.
.com or on Instagram and Facebook at Rock and Rollz Nashville.
Got it. Okay.
Yes,
No problem.
people asked us about. We just changed our name a few weeks ago. We had been the Z Bakery, and we moved to Rock and Rollz Nashville, and we never really felt like we identified with the bakery. When we started baking some bread, it made sense, but we transitioned. because we went literally from rock to Rollz.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, we're the Zetos. We
Yeah.
wanted to keep the Z in Rollz to sort of throw to.
I was about to ask what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's rock and Rollz Nashville. And it feels like we identify more with that, with with being able to give back to charity and kind of the fun
The music
energy
aspect
vibe. Yeah. And
Well,
we're Music City.
Yeah, and I was gonna say
Yeah.
that totally vibes with Music City. So
Absolutely.
I like
Yeah.
that. People will remember that.
Absolutely.
Have you had rock and rolls yet? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're great cinnamon rolls.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So
and I mean, that's all we do is rolls,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So
Yeah.
it made way more sense than
There you
being a
go.
bakery.
Well, we'll make sure to link to all those,
Cool.
and when we post this and everything. And thank you. And
Perfect.
please feel free if you want to before we get to the next part, which is going to be really fun. You know, anything else you want to say? Shout outs, anything?
Yeah, check out our Instagram or Facebook and give us a follow. We are always doing promotions.
Okay.
We give away free ones every week, stuff like that. And every Wednesday at 5 p.m. is when ordering opens up. And highly recommend setting
Yeah.
a reminder so that you get in in those 24 hours
Okay.
because we actually do sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this city has been amazing. We're feel incredibly blessed. You know, we felt from the beginning, as soon as people started rallying around us, that we didn't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We didn't have time to wallow in the fact that we lost our jobs. And when people started rallying, we feel a strong sense of pride and ownership in what we're doing here,
Yeah, that's
and a
wonderful.
responsibility to keep moving it forward, to help raise awareness to the industry, the music industry that's really struggling right now, to help raise money and just to be the best stewards of the community support. I don't think this would happen anywhere else other than Nashville, and it's just incredible. It's one of the coolest things for us when people come and pick up the Rollz to tell the story, to talk to us about how they heard about us. Oh, we just love what you're doing. This is just amazing. And so we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep raising money. We're going to keep making Rollz as long as Nashville wants them. And we're here to serve.
Actually, a side comment, one thing we've seen when we've made posts in the past, that because you are helping charities, obviously you have amazing cinnamon rolls, but we've seen that people that also support the same charities will rally behind.
Yeah.
You know, when we made posts, we've had people reach out to us going, hey, how do I get in touch with them? I want to support them. So can people just go to your website, or is there email, phone, anything?
And they can actually add a donation to Music Cares from our website as well on top of the cinnamon rolls.
Perfect.
And I think something that's really cool is, like, you know, obviously this wasn't something where we sat around and went, oh, let's start a cinnamon roll. This is our dream, you know, like it wasn't that. And it's been cool. All the support from everybody, like really, truly means the world to us. And it's the thing that's driving the business. So every week it's demanding more of us, and that's what's driving it. You know, we're like, oh my gosh, like we have this many orders. We have to hustle harder. We have to buy more pans. We have to do this and that, you know, and it's not really coming from us. It's really coming from the outpouring of other people. And all the comments we get from people of how, like, this has made their week, or it's the one thing they look forward to during COVID, or, you know, this has inspired them to pivot and create their own business. So all those things, like, truly are what make us keep going.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, again, thank you for sharing your story. I just love this, and I mean, the way you've pivoted like that. I mean, us too, with you know, the websites and all the things we do. We had to pivot as well. You know? I mean, everybody got hit. You know,
It's a scary thing to reinvent yourself, but you know, unless you try, you never know.
Exactly, and that's. Thank you. You summed it up right there.
You just got to walk. You just got to move forward. You just have to walk. Like standing there,
Overthinking it is not helping.
This wasn't, like we said earlier, it wasn't like we've always had this dream of starting a cinnamon roll bakery or being a baker, working together. It was just, let's do this. All right, let's just keep moving it forward. So you never know what it's going to be. And use this time. I mean, we hear all the time from people, like, and it really does drive us, like, wow, you guys are an inspiration. Like, I just wanted to sit there, but you encouraged me to start this business or do this thing or give this a shot. Give it a shot.
And I think it's a great testimony too. Like, this was literally the first time we had ever made cinnamon rolls. So you could be sitting there going, I don't know. I mean, we had a conversation like a week before this all started where he's like, I just don't even know what I will do. Like, I don't know what kind of job I could do because everything's shut down in the music industry. And it's like one of those things where you just don't know what that could be for you, but it could be anything. You know, you don't have to be necessarily an expert on it. You just have to try.
There you go. That's what I try and tell my kids all the time. You never know until you try. Just give it a shot. You know? So my parents were big with that when I was little. Like, you know, at least try. You know, don't just sit there and do nothing. You know, with whatever that may be. You know. Mine was baseball and sports. But anyways, thank you all again very much.
Yeah.
Really
Thank you
appreciate
for
you
having
sharing
us.
that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to switch to a fun part here.
Fun for who?
Yeah, fun for our listeners and our viewers, probably. But just to give a little, for everybody watching or listening out there, a little background. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, and given that this was food related, that's why I figured I'd give you a warning.
Yep.
And I emailed and I said, hey, would you guys be interested in doing something on camera for us that involves eating something fairly hot? And when I say fairly, I mean really hot. And it just, I've always wanted to see somebody eat these, which they don't know what it is yet. But before I do that, I have a cooler here next to me where I brought some milk and some water and some bread. So, hold on.
Oh boy.
Gosh. Well, I will tell you something that's funny.
I wasn't sure what kind of bread you wanted, so I have honey wheat bread, which is my favorite. So I brought
there we go.
Hope that's okay.
Oh,
There's some
gosh.
bread.
So I'm from Texas, and
Yes.
Zito's from Chicago. And constantly in our marriage, when we go to places and it's like, oh, this is hot, like we
Yeah.
are very competitive on who can actually
Yes.
tolerate it better. So that's
That's what I loved your email back when you said, "Oh, we can have a contest with my wife and I, and who can last the longest without taking a drink."
Yeah.
So here's some milk.
I brought some supplies too. Grab my supplies out of your purse.
Here you go.
you want them right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally follow. I get what you're saying. But the actual plan was I was going to do this with you, but my wife brought up a good point. I have very severe acid reflux. So
Acid reflux.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, very
can't do it. I
convenient,
can
John.
only watch you eat them.
yes, I
Yeah.
can only watch. I mean, my mouth loves spicy stuff. My stomach does not. And, so, and my wife is the one that pays for that later. So
This episode brought to you by Gaviscon.
yeah.
You
this
could
is
send
gonna be
your
great.
checks to rockandrollsnashville.com. Gaviscon if you're
Yeah,
watching.
Gaviscon, there you go. Okay, so I've got them right. You ready to see what it is?
I'm scared.
Real quick, 30 seconds. I originally saw these on another YouTube video of some people eating them, and I was dying laughing because of the reactions, and I was like, I have to do this. Like, I gotta. And then I found a link in the video to order them. And I went, oh, you can buy these. So I got them. These are the world's hottest gummy bears.
Oh, well, we do love gummy bears.
Have you seen these? They're called
no.
Little Nitro. Little Nitro. They are.
Oh my God.
It says on the back, it says, consumer beware, this is not your ordinary gummy bear. From Flamethrower Candy Company comes the next experience for those who seek the heat. Little Nitro has been infused with our signature 9 million Scoville unit chili extract, making them 900 times hotter than a jalapeno pepper.
900?
900.
Like 2 zeros.
900 times hotter than a jalapeno. And so the videos I saw, everybody had milk and water and bread. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to get that for you. So here's one for each of you.
Oh, it just has one in
It's
there.
one gummy bear. That's all it is.
Oh, it's small.
What's the what is the pepper that's in here?
I think it tells you on the back. It's some kind of chili extract, but
Oh, yeah, it sounds normal. Corn syrup, sugar, water, gelatin, citric acid, artificial flavors, 9 million. Wow. Scoville units, chili extract.
Oh my God.
Oh, but it's got some carnauba wax. So
How do they
that's-
even fit that in a gummy bear?
I have no idea. But I'm just going to tell you from the videos I saw, at least give you the heads up. Every video I watch, they're like, it takes about 2 seconds, and they're like, oh, God.
Oh, there's a little nitro challenge here.
What's that?
Yep. Fully chew this fiery bear and see if you can handle the heat. Can you go a full 5 minutes without relief?
5 minutes. Okay.
Oh, so you have to put the whole thing in your mouth?
Yeah, well, people they chew it and they eat it.
Yeah,
And just go.
I'm
So,
not sure.
Because I was thinking like maybe eat the ear.
Yeah. Oh, feel free. Whatever you want. Take a bite or something.
We want you to
Because
make.
that's kind of big.
Yeah, I
too.
know. It's,
Yeah.
Well, the one, at
It's
least.
like 3 gummy bears in one. Yeah.
I watched about 6 videos on this, to be honest, and I was dying laughing. And I'll just be honest with you. And I know we get a little uncandid with these, but one guy stands up and they're laughing and they go, "Did you just piss your pants?" And the guy looks, he goes, "I pissed my pants." He goes, "I couldn't hold it. It was." But so I'm just gonna get that Gaviscon ready. But they were, I was dying laughing on the video. But I do appreciate you all agreeing to this. Thank you. So if you're all ready, whenever you want, you can take them.
I'm scared.
Intended for adults only.
Yeah, right. Yeah, imagine a kid taking that. Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, wait. There's an actual warning on the label here.
Oh, what's it say?
This product is extremely spicy. We've established that.
Yeah.
Has the potential to cause skin or mouth irritation.
Oh, irritation.
So don't even.
It'll burn your mouth and give you blisters.
Do we have to eat the whole thing? Are we going to eat the whole thing?
Don't smell it first.
Oh, of course she smells it now.
Oh man.
Oh man, I've been looking forward to this all day.
Should we just eat half?
I feel like I just want to take a taste.
Go whatever you're comfortable with.
No, we have to do it together, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think, wow.
Just do half? I don't know. Do we have to
Whatever
eat
you
half?
want. Whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm going to take the bite of the ear first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Being
Just,
a big wimp.
Just do like the
You're not
head
going
or
to do the
something.
whole half?
Does it hit real fast?
Oh, yeah.
Is it really that hot?
Let's see what you bit.
Your face just got super flushed.
It's not bad.
It's hot.
It's hot?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. And you just took a tiny little piece.
Okay, wait, hold
How
on.
much did you take?
Hold on. We said the 5 minutes. We didn't even hit the
Oh,
timer.
yeah, I got a timer. Here, I got you.
How much did you eat?
This is going to be a long
We got
5
a
minutes.
timer.
Okay.
Take another bite.
There you go for it.
Come on, the
You
whole head.
might be making it worse because you're doing it in
The whole
sections.
head.
It'll just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes.
So you got super flush with yours. You look super intense over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to focus.
Trying to focus?
Yeah. I'm trying not to let it touch my whole tongue.
Oh, gosh.
What? No, roll it around in your mouth.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, swallow the spit, swallow the saliva. No, oh, God, that probably burn your throat.
Yeah, it's burning my throat for
Is it?
sure. Yeah, I'm already feeling
Wait,
it in
wait,
my
is,
stomach.
what was the challenge? Is no drink, no nothing? What was the full?
But I think you're supposed to eat the whole thing.
Without
Oh,
really.
go for it. Just take the whole thing. Just go for it.
You want to try a little bit, John?
Yeah, just
Do you
do
want
it.
me? Oh, you're going to rope me into this now. All right, I'll take a little tiny bit. I'll take a little tiny bit. All right. Oh, this is going to suck. To my wife, I'm sorry.
He had to do it.
Yes, that whole... Oh, God.
Yeah, it's starting to hurt.
Oh, that hit you.
It is painful. It's literally like
Give it back to you. I don't want that.
literally like
Oh, my God.
having a torch in your mouth.
Oh.
Okay, so this would be a good opportunity for you to tell us, folks, that
Oh, my God. That's horrible.
you will not have this reaction when you eat our delicious cinnamon rolls. Generally, we like to consume things that make you smile and happy.
Instantly sweating. I can't even talk.
Wherever it touched on the inside of my mouth, it's hurting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Another
Oh,
one.
God.
Okay, I gave up on the 5 minutes.
Can I steal one of those?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, God, it's horrible.
My eye is watering.
Thank you. Oh. I'm
We can
uncontrollably.
share the same milk.
I can't stop it. Oh.
Is it possible for your eyeballs to sweat?
Oh, God.
Here, open that milk. Here, you can have this, John.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can't. I don't even
Oh.
drink milk.
Oh, God.
Don't do this. Don't.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
And think there's people that eat the whole thing. We only took a little piece. Oh, God.
Murfreesboro, don't do this.
I think it's fair to say that I win. Just
Oh, you definitely win.
I'll eat the rest of it.
no.
Come on.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I will declare you the winner. I will.
I'm already the winner.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh.
Why did we want to do this?
Oh, why did I agree to take that? Oh, my God.
For the rest of the day, I'm
How
gonna
much
be
of
mad
a
at
bite
you.
did you take?
You took the other half.
I took the half of whatever was left. So probably about a third of it, I'm guessing.
That hurts my stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Chip's
Probably
over there
shouldn't have
laughing
put
at
on
us.
mascara
Chip,
today.
come on. Hey, we got a little bit of.
Yeah, you can have some of mine.
Jeff, don't do
He's
it, Jeff.
behind
Don't do
the
it.
scenes. Yeah.
Oh, don't do it, Jeff.
Probably
oh.
somebody else with acid reflux.
Oh, shut your face. Oh, that is horrible.
Woo!
Well, at least the wonderful thing about
I'm shaking.
cinnamon rolls is they'll help with this when I eat them.
Yeah, I think.
You might need to throw up first.
Oh, that's no joke.
Man.
If it stays down, it's not going to go out well. I'm going to tell you that.
Well, I've lost the challenge.
So, oh my God, that's horrible.
You're like red right now.
Who are these?
I am
Who are these
sweating.
evil people? Little Nitro, you guys are terrible people.
Oh my God.
Like horrible. Flamethrower Candy Company, you guys suck. I'm sorry.
You know, it'd make it.
Be a good novelty gift, though.
Yeah, your eyes water.
Oh, just put it in a just put it in a bag of gummy bears.
That's what I was about to say. You totally mess with somebody. Oh, that'd be such a mean prank.
It's like when you I love
Send
Jelly
somebody to
Bellies. Like I do in the
yeah.
sweet tooth,
Yep,
and I
Jelly Bellies.
love getting the big bag of Jelly Bellies, the mix. But you always get the you're eating one, you're like, oh, this is this one just doesn't mix with like the black licorice and the tropical flavors of the popcorn.
Oh. Okay, it's thank God it's dying down now. That was no joke. Oh my God. All right, for people out there, Little Nitro, hottest gummy bear in the world, don't eat it. Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm gonna email Flamethrower Candy Company, ask them why do they sit and watch these videos and just laugh at people?
Does
Probably.
it like burn a hole in your esophagus?
Yeah, I did make it 5 minutes. I'm gonna take this down in shame.
Yeah, I looked at the timer now and it said 4 minutes, and I had that 3 minutes ago.
It does actually hurt, physically hurt.
Yeah, it does hurt. Like I feel it.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to when we stop filming here.
Oh,
in a
when it
second.
comes
It'll be
out?
like 10 minutes from now, and we'll probably all be like little babies curled up on the floor.
does
It hurts so bad.
Or if it stays in when it comes out, that's not gonna be fun.
No. I'm going to go and apologize to the members of my household. Okay.
Yeah.
I can talk now without hiccuping. Okay. So, on that note, we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
Thank you again for coming out here and
Thank
participating in
you.
that. And you suck for making me eat that. I wasn't supposed to eat that. No. Oh, my God. That was great. So, okay. Rock and Rolls with a Z.com. Follow them on social media. Definitely get one of their cinnamon rolls because they're really, really good. And support their cause.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you guys
having us.
again.
Thank you,
Yep.
John.
Appreciate it. And we'll see you all next week.
Yeah, Murfreesboro. We'll see you on Sunday.
That's right.
Have a great one.
We'll see you there.